welcome to Mera Desi swag. Alright, so I thought to make another video in response to a question asked related to what is the crux of this passage. I've recently discussed this passage, part 1, question number 1. At the end of the video you'll find that link, or you can go to the description box and check that link out. So I asked this question to some of my students. What are they finding puzzling when they're writing their mocks now before June 2022? You have a few months before you to prepare for CSAT, and CSAT of course has become very competitive. So what is it that you can do in all these months? Based on your current level, every week you can set a target of writing 2 mock tests for CSAT, time-based, time them, and check your answers. Sometimes you can try doing RCs first, passages first, verbal section first, followed by quant, followed by reasoning, and then reverse the order or play with the order and see what suits you best. That depends on your SWOT analysis: strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. So for example, if I get nervous when I look at quant, I may not like to start my paper with that. If I get nervous when I look at passages, so I may not like to start doing a CSAT paper with passages first. So see that you have proportionately prepared for all the 3 sections of UPSC CSAT, and set out a day, say once in a week or 2 times in a week, time your CSAT mock attempt, and see how you're doing. Now what I asked from my student was this, that why are they finding some passages puzzling? And I understood that they are looking at answer key which may not be the official answer key, but the answer key that comes from some coaching centers. Whereas coaching centers are doing a great job, but their answer keys are taken out immediately on the test day. So sometimes it carries a lot of guesswork and it may not be right. So what would be the right approach? Now that you have the official answer key and you're attempting previous year UPSC CSAT papers, which is a good thing to do, which is an important thing to do, what do you think is the right approach? To look at the answer key that are there on the websites of the big coaching centers or some coaching centers, or to refer to the official answer key? Tell me your answer in the comment box. And look at question number 2 of the same passage discussed this week earlier. Ta-da! Here's the question. Ma'am, 265 फी बता दो, crux वाले केस में क्या करेंगे? This is in response to the same passage that I discussed right before this video. The link is in the description box, and here's the passage which I discussed with you. This is the Hindi version of that passage. You can pause and read. What's the topic? GM crops. You can pause the video, read it again, and right now the answer key that is in front of you is wrong. That's a wrong answer, and it has been published on a popular website of a popular coaching center. Unfortunately, it's still there even after the official key is out. So what are we supposed to do? We're not supposed to follow the answer key of coaching centers right now when we have the official answer key with us. There were 2 questions from the same passage. Look at question number 6, pause and read. It's in the version If you would want to read the Hindi version, निम्नलिखित में से कौन सा कथन परिच्छेद के मर्म को श्रेष्ठ रूप से अंतर्निहित करता है? Crux, gist. Which one of the following statements best implies the crux of the passage? Precautionary principle is not given importance in current debate on developing GM crops. या फिर B, biotechnology is not currently used in climate change mitigation and adaptation mechanisms. Pause and read. What answer would you choose given the fact that this is an excerpt from a popular website where the answers may be right or wrong, because this must have been based on guesswork, and sometimes there are printing or errors also, so benefit of doubt can be given. But let's use the same picture and try to answer question number 6 today. Although most of the genetically modified crops, this is the main passage, I'm reading the first line, cultivated now are genetically engineered for a single trait, हालांकि एक ही trait के लिए, in future crops genetically engineered for more than one trait will be the norm. First line. Thus, conclusion क्या है? Biotechnology's role in agriculture and the regulation or the same cannot be understood solely in the context of the current generation of GM crops, and that will give you the crux. Best implies the crux. Look at the poster below. Pause and read. So, we've read till the middle of the passage. Instead, there is need to take a comprehensive look, taking into account various aspects, including socioeconomic impacts, so that the potential or the technology can be harnessed while minimizing negative impacts. Given the importance of biotechnology in developing varieties that can help in climate change mitigation and adaptation, not using biotechnology as a part of the climate change action plan cannot be an option. Domestic regulation of biotechnology. Read it on your own. Here's the answer key, and in set A, official answer key, it was question number 5, the first one, and question number 6. The second question, you have the answers before you. This is what you should refer to. If you're using this view, you can read the passage using this view, horizontal view, vertical view, just the passage, or from another website, there is this view. We have solved this passage before, so for that, go to the description box. I've given the link. If you've not watched that video, you can watch it again. With reference to the above passage, the following assumptions have been made. Biotechnology regulation is an evolving process. Participation of people is needed in policy decisions regarding biotech regulation. Third, biotechnology regulation should take into account socioeconomic aspects in decision making. Fourth, wider involvement of political executive in biotechnology regulation improves its effectiveness in dealing with the country's trade policies and international obligations. Which of the above assumptions are valid? हमने क्या चूज किया था? 1, 2, 3, 4 में से कौन सा valid assumption है? कौन कौन से आपको passage में मिल जाते हैं? A quick snapshot. Do you remember? We had chosen number 1 and number 3 and ruled out number 2 and number 4. क्यों rule out किया था number 2 and number 4 को? क्योंकि number 2 के पहले part में participation of people है, उसकी बात नहीं की गई passage में. Number 4 को क्यों rule out किया था? क्योंकि number 4 के पहले part में wider involvement of political executive in biotechnology regulation, which has not been discussed in the passage. Wider involvement of political executive. The first part of point number 4, option number 4, and the first part of option number 2, participation of people is needed. These two things have not been discussed in the passage, hence we ruled out 2 and 4 and chose 1 and 3 only. Did we? Now, today's question is, which of one of the following best implies the crux of the passage? क्या crux है? Precautionary principle is not given importance in current debate on developing GM crops. Not at all. कैसे कह सकते हैं that not at all it is given an importance. Option number 2, biotechnology is not currently used in climate change mitigation and adaptation mechanisms. बताएं. Option C, biotechnology's role is not confined to the current priorities of developing GM crops. ये आपको कहाँ मिलता है? 10 के बाद मिलता है. खुद ही कंक्लूजन दे रखा है उसने, ऑथर ने आपको. Thus, biotechnology's role in agriculture and the regulation of the same cannot be understood solely in the context of the current generation of GM crops. और यही, in other words, option number C में लिखा हुआ है. Biotechnology's role is not confined to the, यहीं तक limited नहीं है, is not limited to the current priorities of developing GM crops. Should not this be the answer? What do you say? Those who want to read the Hindi version can pause the video and read the Hindi version. And this is the Hindi version of the options. D में क्या लिखा हुआ है? जैव प्रौद्योगिकी के नकारात्मक परिणाम ठीक ढंग से नहीं समझे गए हैं. ये ठीक भी हो सकता है, पर यहाँ मेन मुद्दा क्या है? ऑप्शन नंबर C, third option. Would you agree? Would you not? Yeah. So if you look at the third option, it says, option C says, जो कि आपको पोस्टर में दिखा दे रहा है, biotechnology's role is not confined, not limited to the current priorities of developing GM crops. और ये जो क्वेश्चन नंबर 6 है, ये क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 में भी तो दिखाई दे रहा था. फर्स्ट पॉइंट जो हमने चूज़ किया था, बायोटेक्नोलॉजीज रेगुलेशन इज़ एन इवॉल्विंग प्रोसेस. मतलब ये डेवलप होता रहेगा, ग्रो करता रहेगा. ऐसा नहीं कि आज जो करंट परिस्थितियाँ हैं इसी में हम उसको डिफ़ाइन कर सकते हैं. और वापस पैसेज में जाएँ, 10 के बाद क्या लिखा हुआ है? बायोटेक्नोलॉजीज रोल इन एग्रीकल्चर एंड द रेगुलेशन ऑफ द सेम कैन नॉट बी अंडरस्टूड सोली इन द कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ द करंट GM क्रॉप्स. सो 10 के बाद जो स्टेटमेंट है, ऑप्शन नंबर 1 जो है प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन का और इस क्वेश्चन नंबर 6 का जो C ऑप्शन है, ये सब सिनोनिमस है, सिमिलर है. इस तरह से कभी कभी आपको पिछला क्वेश्चन दूसरे क्वेश्चन के कंक्लूजन पे आने में आसानी कर देता है. सो यू कैन यूज़ दैट ट्रिक ऑल्सो. Tell me if you found this video useful and which part did you find useful and which other video or topic would you want me to discuss with you. Good luck, sleep well, prepare well, make a to-do list. It will help definitely.